LTA and reimbursement policy. Leave travel allowance, that is LTA. Leave travel allowance or leave travel concession is an allowance that is exempted from total taxable income, which is widely used by salaried class for traveling on leave from their employer. Claiming LTA depends on multiple factors. LTA exemption is available for 2 journey in a block of 4 years. Only domestic travel comes under LTA. It requires valid proof of actual journey. The exemption of travel is available for the employee alone or with his immediate family members. So what is LTA? LTA means leave travel allowances. In the name itself, it suggests that you have to take leave from the organization and you have to utilize that leave for traveling purpose. So for that only this allowance will be given. Okay. So why this allowance is given, leave travel allowances? So this leave travel allowances, if your employer is giving the leave travel allowances, then this leave travel allowances you can get a tax concession. Okay. So leave travel allowances is exempted from tax. So you can get tax concession for this leave travel allowances. Understood? So the organization which is giving the leave travel allowances, they will have some category, like for senior manager or according to the designation of the employees, they will be having some policy. For executive, only bus travel is allowed. So the ticket fare will be should be from 2,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees. So they will be having some policy. For senior manager, first class train, first class, second class, third class train will be train travel will be allowed. The ticket fare should be 5,000 to 10,000, like that. And for category for the people who is above the designation of senior manager, they are eligible for flight travel, and the cost should be 10,000 to 20,000. So if the organization is giving you some leave travel allowances, means they will be having some policy. Okay. So if the employee is going to take any leave and they are going to travel, means in this ceiling limit only they have to spend on travel or they have to spend on ticket booking. If they are overspending, means then they have to bear the cost. So if the employee is not overspending and they are spending within the ceiling limit, means then the organization will reimburse the travel cost. Understood? Now, the organization will reimburse the travel cost. So you have to, for the rules for leave travel allowances, you have to take leave. You should not travel on Sunday or Monday, or you should not travel on any weekly holiday or public holiday. You have to take leave in any working day of the week or any working day of the month. You have to take leave and you have to travel. Okay. If you are claiming the LTA, means if you are claiming the leave travel allowance, means the employer will check whether you are traveling on leave, whether you have taken leave on particular day and you have booked the ticket. They will cross check and they will reimburse. If they find out that you have traveled on weekly holiday or any public holiday you have traveled, means then they will not give you any reimbursement or they will not give you any allowances for your traveling. It is simply like vacation. You have to take off from your work and you have to go on vacation. Okay. But This allowances only will be given for travel, only booking the ticket. So if the executive employee is going on leave and the employee is going on travel, means only the employer will bear the ticket cost, not any other cost like food cost or accommodation cost or sightseeing cost. So nothing. Only the ticket booking cost the employer will reimburse you. Understood? Nothing will be given for lodging or accommodation or food, sightseeing expenses. Nothing will be given. Only for booking the tickets, you will get the travel allowances. Okay. Now, the claiming for this leave travel allowances depends on LTA exemption is available for 2 journeys in a block of 4 years. That is, for 4 years, you can claim only 2 journeys. Okay. Now the block year is, 2018, 19, 20, 21. Yes. Now the current block year is 2022 to 2022, 23, 24, 25. So for the block year is 2022 to 2024 is one block year. So in that block year, you can travel 2 times. So from 2022 to 2025, you can travel 2 times. Okay, that travel ticket only the employer will be giving. Allowance will be given by the employer. If you are traveling for more than 2 journeys, means nothing will be given. They will give you the allowance only for 2 journeys. If you travel more than 2 journeys, means then employer will not give you any allowances. They will give only for 2 journeys, they will give you the allowances. Okay, and the journey should be from point to point. That is, from point to point means that from the starting point to ending point, you should go straight. Like, say, for example, if you are traveling from Mumbai to Delhi, means you have to travel from Mumbai to Delhi only. Not in between, you should not go to any other place to Rajasthan or Jaipur or nothing. You should not go to any other place. If you start from Mumbai to if your journey is from Mumbai to Delhi, means you should go straightly from Mumbai to Delhi. Only if you go from point to point, means then the employer will give you the allowances. In between, you should not travel to any other place. Then your leave travel allowances will not be given by your employer. Understood? That is the rules for the leave travel allowances. And this rules is not given by the organization or any other employer. This rules is given by the income tax department. Understand? Now, this leave travel allowances should be only domestic travel, not international travel. Okay. Domestic travel means pan-India. Within India only you can travel. It requires valid proof of journey. So it requires valid proof of journey means you have to submit all the ticket details. You have to submit all the ticket details. Whether if you are traveling in train, means you have to submit the train ticket. You are traveling in flight, means you have to submit the flight ticket. You are traveling in bus, means you have to submit the bus ticket. And with the cross verification only, they will give you the allowances. What kind of cross verification? They will check the travel date in your ticket. They will check the travel date in your ticket, and that date should matches with the leave in that date should matches with your leave that you have taken from the organization or you have taken from the office. So that date should match. If the date is matched, then your employer will give you the allowances. If the travel date is not matched with the leave date from the if the travel date is not matched with the leave date which the employee is taken from the organization, then no allowance will be given by the employer. Even the employer is given, income tax department will catch the employee. How the employee can claim the LTA if the leave date is not matched with the travel date. Okay, then the exemption for travel is available for employee alone. So this exemption for travel is applicable for employee and their immediate family. Immediate family means spouse and kids, parents, not in-law. Okay, if you are traveling with your spouse and kids and your parents means you can claim the leave travel allowances. But if you're traveling with spouse, kids and parents-in-law means then you can claim the allowances only for spouse and kids, not the parents-in-law. That expenses you have to bear as an individual. Understood? Now, following expenses are covered under LTA. Air travel. In case of air travel, the amount of the claim depends on the economic class fare of the national carrier by the shortest route or actual amount spent, whichever is less. So, if a person is traveling through air, or if a person is traveling by air means, then the person should travel on public flight. That is, you should not, the employer or employee should not take any private flight. They have to travel only on public flight. Okay, so that too in economic class fare. Economic, if you travel in economy class fare, then the travel allowance will be given. If you are traveling in business class means that will not be given. So whatever the actual amount you are spending for economic class, or what is the economic class fare, that will be reimbursed to the, that will be given as an allowance to the employee. That too by the shortest route, not the longest route. You have to take the shortest route. So if you cover the shortest route and if you are traveling by economy fare, then the allowance will be given to you. The leave travel allowance will be given to you. Okay, but if you are traveling on business class and if you are taking any long route means, then employer will not give you any leave travel allowances. Okay, this thing will be verified by the income tax department. So income tax department, while filing the tax rate, while filing the tax, they will check all these kind of things and they will give the reimburse to the organization or reimbursement. They will give the allowance to a tax exemption to the organization or as an individual. If you travel by air, the condition is you have to travel by public transport and you have to travel by economic class. So if you travel by economic class and you have to take the shortest route. So three things is there, three conditions. You have to take public transport, you have to travel by economic fare, and you have to travel in the shortest route. If travel amount is lower than the economic fare means, then the actual amount which you have spent is given as an allowance to you. But you have booked the ticket in business class, but the business class amount is equal to economic class means, then the actual amount which you have spent is given to you. That is the economic class, economic fare will be given to you. Okay, now train journey. In case of the LTA amount depends on the lower of the air conditioned first class fare by the shortest route or actual amount spent. So you have to, if the employee is eligible for first AC class means, then the employee is traveling by second AC or third AC means, whatever the actual amount the employee has spent, that will be given as the allowance to the employee. But the employee has to take the shortest route. Next, other mode of transport. In case if the place of origin and destination are not connected by rail or even by air, then the following factors are considered. Recognized public transport. The exemption will be lower of first class or deluxe class fare by the shortest route or actual amount spent. So recognized public transport means either bus or registered cab or registered auto. So that are all the recognized public transport. Okay. So if you travel by a bus means, then you have to travel in with the you have to travel in the lowest cost of, you have to travel in deluxe class or lowest cost of first class. So the train ticket, the first class train ticket is 2000 rupees, means you have to travel lowest cost of 2000. You have to travel lower than 2000 rupees. Or you have to travel in deluxe fare by the shortest route. So whichever is less, that will be paid as a leave travel allowance to you. Or actual amount, whatever the actual amount you have spent, that will be whichever is less. So this is the condition, but you have traveled less than that, means the actual amount is paid to you as a leave travel allowances. No recognized public transport means, if there is no recognized public transport for that particular area where you are traveling means, then you can travel on your bike or anything. You can travel on your own bike, or you can travel in a share auto, anything you can travel. So that expense, the exemption will be lower of the air-conditioned first-class rail fare by the shortest route if the journey has been undertaken by rail or actual amount spent. So if you travel any unrecognized transport means, public transport means, then the lowest cost of air-conditioned, first class, lowest cost of first class will be paid as a leave travel allowances, but you have to take the shortest route, and or the actual amount you have spent will be given as a leave travel allowances. So these are all the condition for leave travel allowances. If the employer is giving you leave travel allowances, and if you want to claim the leave travel allowances means, these are all the conditions. First thing is, you have to travel to journey in a block of 4 years, and you have to travel point to point. No interruption should, no other extra places should be there. You have to travel point to point. And what else? So the travel should be domestic. You should have a valid proof for the travel, and you can take your family, that is immediate family, spouse, kids and parents, you can take along with you, and the exemption will be given for them also. Leave travel allowance will be given for them also. And if you travel by air, rail or any other mode of transport means, you have to take shortest route, and you have to go in economic class or first class, second class or third class, with whatever the eligibility for that particular employee, they can travel, and they can claim the amount whichever is less, or the actual amount spent by them, they can claim as a leave travel allowances. Is it clear to you, leave travel allowances? Next is reimbursement policy. Reimbursement means, initially you have to spend the amount from your pocket, and you have to submit proper bill or proper proof document for that amount which you have spent. That proof document should be submitted to the employer. Then you have to claim the amount. Okay, whatever the amount you have spent, that amount you have to claim. That is the reimbursement. So for that reimbursement also, the organization will have some policies. Following work-related expenses can be covered under the reimbursement policy. Using employee personal vehicle for office purposes. If you use your vehicle, either it may be car, it may be two-wheeler, anything. If you use your personal vehicle for official purpose, it is not from you are starting from home and you are reaching the office premises, you cannot claim that as a, you cannot claim that amount for reimbursement. Any official purposes from office, from home, if you are traveling to any other client place, you are traveling to your client place, so that you have to you can get as a reimbursement amount. From office you are going to travel, from office you are traveling to a client place, or from office you are traveling to a managing director home, so that will be considered as a official travel, and that you can claim as a reimbursement. That expenses you can reimburse. Next, expenses for meal, lodging during business travel. So if you are traveling, so leave travel allowances is given only for personal travel, but reimbursement is given for official travel. If you are going on any business trip, so if you are meeting the clients and you are spending some amount for food and lodging, means that amount will be given as reimbursement. Tools and equipments required to perform the employee's job. Tools and equipments required to perform the employee's job means if you are belongs to any service oriented organization, you are going to a customer place. So in that customer place, you have for some repair of machine, for some any other machine or any printer or any other thing, you want some tool to repair that, to fix that machine, or to fix the washing machine, anything. So you want that tool, you can buy the tool and you can complete the fixing activity. Then you can claim that expenses from the employer. Use of an employee's personal cell phone or personal cell phone for business purposes. If you are using your personal mobile for business purposes, that expenses you can claim as reimbursement. Purchasing and maintaining required uniform. Purchasing and maintaining required uniform means if the organization is having some uniform, say for example, Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto. So these are all the organization where you have to, where the employees have to compulsory wear the uniform. So for them, purchasing and maintaining of uniform will be given as a reimbursement. Next, in case of work from home mode, employees can claim reimbursement for expenses incurred such as office supplies, internet access and required equipment cost. Okay, so if you are working from home means you can claim the internet bill. You can if you don't have any internet in your home, for official purposes you are buying the you are purchasing some internet connection. For that internet connection you have to buy some modem. So that modem cost, internet cost, everything will be reimbursed by the employer. So initially you have to spend from your pocket and you have to submit the bill for that expenses. Then you have to claim the expenses as a reimbursement. Process of claiming the reimbursement. Employees must submit the appropriate company form or request for claiming the expenses. Also need to submit appropriate supporting documents such as original receipt for all the work-related expenses. Employee should submit reimbursement request within the given time period, no later than number of days or months after the expenses is incurred. So, all the organization will have some reimbursement policy. So, in some organization, there is a separate reimbursement request form. So, as an employee, you have to fill the reimbursement request form and you have to properly attach the supporting documents. That is supporting documents. This is what are all the bills, what are the expenses you have made. For that expenses, you have to submit the bills, receipts, and with the proper attachment, with the proper supporting documents only, they will receive the reimbursement request form. Once they receive the reimbursement request form, they will process that and they will give you the reimbursement amount to you. Okay. But if you, some organization, not some organization, every organization, they will give you some time period. That is, within 1 month, the employee has to submit all the receipts for their expenses and they have to collect the reimbursement or they have to claim the reimbursement. If the employee submits the bill later 1 month, means the employer has to get, the department who is the finance department, which is giving the reimbursement, they have to get special approval and they will be giving the reimbursement amount to that employee. Understood?